You ditched the group hangout again, saying you were tired. But honestly, you were already in your pajamas at 6 p.m. and the thought of leaving felt genuinely criminal. And here's something nobody tells you. That is not a personality flaw, but a personality type. And psychology has a lot to say about it. Let's talk about the woman who loves being home. Not because she has no friends, not because she's depressed, but because her couch, her candles, and her comfort show genuinely make her happier than any rooftop bar ever could. And she has been feeling slightly guilty about that for years. Today, that guilt ends. First thing to know, your brain is not boring. It is selective. Psychologist Elaine Aron spent decades studying what she called highly sensitive people. And she found something that home lovers everywhere should frame and put on their wall. Some nervous systems process everything more deeply than others. The noise, the crowd, the small talk, the energy of a room full of people. For these women, a night out is not fun. It is work. Loud, exhausting, overstimulating work. And home is not where they hide. It is where they recover. You are not antisocial. You're just running a more expensive nervous system than most people. It costs more to operate. It needs more quiet to recharge. That's it. Now here is where it gets interesting. There's a concept in psychology called optimal arousal. Basically, every person has a sweet spot of stimulation where they feel their best. Some people need a lot of noise and chaos to hit that sweet spot. Extroverts, festival people, the ones who somehow gain energy at parties. But other people hit their sweet spot much earlier. A good conversation, a walk, a cozy evening. Done. Fully charged. Adding more does not make it better. It just makes it louder. And here's what nobody tells the home-loving woman. There's nothing wrong with your sweet spot. It is just lower on the stimulation scale. That is neuroscience, not a character flaw. But wait, it gets better. Research from the University of Buffalo found that people who genuinely enjoy spending time alone score higher on creativity, self-awareness, and emotional regulation. The woman curled up at home on a Saturday is not missing out. She's literally building a richer inner world than the woman who cannot sit still for 5 minutes. Your Saturday nights are doing something. You just can't post them on Instagram and get the same likes. Now let's be real for a second because this is important. There's a difference between loving home and hiding in home. One is a preference. The other is a pattern. If staying home fills you up, if you feel genuinely rested and happy after a solo evening, that is your nervous system doing exactly what it needs to do. But if staying home is the only option that does not feel terrifying, if leaving feels too heavy to even think about, that is worth paying attention to. Not because something is wrong with you, but because you deserve more than just safety. For most women watching this though, it is the first one. They love home. They love their space, their routine, their little rituals. The specific mug, the exact corner of the couch, the way a quiet evening feels like a full exhale after a week of performing for the world. Psychologists call this restorative niche seeking. When your environment overwhelms you, you seek out spaces that restore you. And for women, especially who spend enormous amounts of daily energy managing other people's emotions, social dynamics, and how they come across in every room they enter, home is the only place where none of that is required. You do not have to read the room at home. You are the room. So no, loving home does not make you boring. It makes you someone who knows exactly what she needs and is not willing to fake enthusiasm for things that drain her just to seem more fun. And honestly, that is one of the most self-aware things a person can be. The extrovert who needs a crowd to feel alive is not more evolved. She's just wired differently. Neither of you is wrong. You just have different chargers. So, the next time someone calls you boring for staying in, smile. You're not boring. You're just fully charged. And you did not have to pay a cover charge to get there.